Well, guys, welcome back to the absolute bomb site that is my allegedly kitchen table workbench. Right, so what have I been up to? I've not actually done very much per se, but there's been some in the background developments and some revelations. Right, so I came into a bit of money, and well, right. So just very quickly, some backstory. These axles, as you can see, are like a titanium colour. Now, I was planned on getting some new axles for this, the same ones, but in the black and the red. See, these are all anodized, never really like that. They're all shiny. You don't get axles that shiny under a Land Rover usually. So the idea was buy some new axles, put these axles on the Chevy, which is basically an SX10. The HSP Maverick Scout Everest Gen 8 axles, because they're all the same truck, that are under that. Because the links are set for like these standard axles, the pinions and the axle outdrives are all at the wrong angles, and the steering on the front is all thrown out because the axle is at the wrong angle. It needed rotating, and that axle won't allow me to do it. So I thought, I'm going to buy some more axles. So I came into a bit of money, and I thought I'd bought these exact same ones. Right, so as you can see, these are what I bought, and they are they not identical to those? Even down to the red bit in the end. And when they came, they were painted. And if you scrape hard enough in the wrong place, the paint comes off. And when I went to rotate this gear here, they were locked, and I'm like, well, what's going on here? So I opened them up, and the singular blob of grease that had been put onto the gears had gone rock hard. So I don't know how long these have been lying around somewhere. So I thought, anyway, the story behind these are I wanted the black ones, but as you can see, the grey ones are £52. The black ones are £74, and I'm like, I banded around with actually buying the black ones, and then I thought to myself, I was scrolling around and I found, bear with me, just hold on. I'm not going to bother showing you my phone. Anyway, I found some wheels that I've been looking for years for this here Land Rover. They're like, very like Range Rover rims, and if anybody's into Land Rovers will know of the Cairn Defender. They designed their own rim, and this is almost identical to that, and they were very, very cheap. And it was like, if I bought those that were £52 shipped, the £20 that I saved bought me these, so they would give me a bit of shipping. These were practically free, and I thought, oh, I can't pass up a bargain like that. So that's thrown my thing into turmoil, plus especially when they came and they were shafted. Anyway, so as I was taking one apart, I thought I'll paint it, and it's actually, I use Rust-Oleum painter's touch, and I don't know how hard wearing this will be, because I painted it straight onto the paint that was already on here, which was coming off, so they're going to get scratched up, but as you can see, they get scratched up anyway, so what does it matter? Right, so that's where I'm at the moment. Now, because the entire centre section is painted, and these are red, not anodised, I'm going to put these on the Land Rover. At some point, I bought some oven cleaner that strips anodising off aluminium. I am going to repaint these axles black and red like they were supposed to be. I know these are proven, I know they work, these are untested at the moment, so I didn't want to just swap everything over and then it break. So I'm going to strip these and then re-grease them, and then I come to a problem. Crap, I'm out of grease. Now, this is the LM2 multi-purpose grease I've been using for about 20 years. It's run out, there wasn't enough in there to do with the job. So anyway, when I'm getting off track here, when I complained to the guy who sent me the axles, he gave me a partial refund, which means I actually paid £34 for these axles. And as you can see, they actually have pretty damn good gears in them. They don't look like pig metal. They're not steel either, so I don't know how long they're going to last. But if they are the same gears that are in these, they've been on here for 2 years now, and not had any trouble. Right, so for what basically is what, £60, I've bought some axles, some wheels, some grease, and I bought a steering servo for £12. It doesn't have to be super strong, and it doesn't have to last forever, but so that's where we're at. So we're busy like swapping around. I haven't done anything with that. Now you're asking yourself, why are there tyre foams and foam everywhere? I shall show you. The rest of my unexpected windfall went on some other items. Now these wheels are what this truck has been running for a long time, and those wheels are what I bought to replace them. Now in theory, a 1/8 truck 2.2 wheel should be a 16-18 inch rim, so this should be right, but I had them on it. It looked cool when it was jacked up, but as I've worn in the springs, it's sort of settled at that level. They just look too big. They suited a lifted truck, and I always thought these wheels looked better. So as I'd bought some new wheels, I spent a lot of money on some new tyres. Yes, these are Proline KM3s. I've splurged, people. I've splurged. And I didn't do any research on these because I wanted them. I've seen real Land Rovers with these tyres on. These are ever so slightly smaller than the ones that are on it. Barely. I'm hoping it doesn't look stupid. I'm hoping they don't look like pram wheels when it's on. I was going to wait until I'd finished swapping axles around to fit them, and I'll tell you for why, because like I said, the tyre foams are absolutely ridiculous. They look okay until you put them on, and straight away under the weight of this truck, they're squashed completely flat, and I'm thinking, this is no use. So I raided my shed, my loft, and I found foams. There's a lot of this closed cell foam that computers and stuff come in. And I sliced it up and I made a 2-stage foam. And as you can see, I'm very lucky that if I put these two together, if you cut that in half as a halfway line and then put these two together, it makes this foam, which is exactly the same size, exactly to the millimetre as the foams that the tyres came with. So I dropped very lucky on that. I was going to put these foams in, but these foams are brilliant in these tyres. Now I have another project coming. These wheels are going to go on that. So the axles, when I built these axles and painted them, they're going on that truck. Them axles are going on that truck. And this has some electronics upgrades which I've done. I put the Holmes Hobby in there, but the original pinion gear that came off the burnt motor wouldn't fit, so I moved it into a different position in the gearbox, and it didn't like it. It works. It didn't like it at all. So when I've cleared the table, because I wanted to, that's supposed to be up there. How's it down here? Things are always falling off, man. I think we've got gremlins or a ghost. Anyway, so yeah, that is the plan. But I've not actually done much. One of my revelations and thing is, I built this for my daughter. This was her, well, the body was on an actual Traxxas Slash. This is a Proline Desert Rat? Proline Desert Rat shell for the Rustler. And she had a Rustler and we had a lot of fun with it, 2-wheel drive. It got turned into a Slash, which then got sold. I gave her my Mini E-Revo, which is in a box somewhere, and none of it is for use now. Anyway, I said to her, do you want me to rebuild your car? She went, yeah. And the minute she saw it, because this is a Thunder Tiger Tomahawk under here, which is more or less the same size as a Rustler, but it's 4-wheel drive. As soon as she saw it, she went, oh, that's a bit dated and old, isn't it? I don't like that. What? After all that work getting it sorted, she doesn't want it anymore. So she said, well, can we just put a new body on it? I'm like, I have bodies lying around that are unused, so I'm not going to go into detail. I'll do a video of that on its own. It's going to be, I have a truck body that was on this chassis originally. So I could just rebuild that, it just needs painting. Or it could be a short course truck, which has also been on this chassis. It's the short course version of this Desert Rat shell by Proline. I've been meaning to use it for. I got rid of my Slash, and I immediately regretted. I should have got a 4-wheel drive when I kept the shell. So I'm going to recreate the shell. Don't know if any of my older viewers will remember it. It was black with a yellow section on here that had Mad Max written on it, and obviously the back was silver and black. And I'm going to recreate that shell, and she will like it or not. So that's where I'm at the moment. I have found a box of parts. You have to excuse my kitchen, my daughter's moving house and we have a lot of her stuff here. I found some parts for the car that this Countach is based on. So the upgrades I want to make to that I can now do. But while I'm messing about with these axles and this Land Rover, everything's sort of packed up. I want to do this video before I finished painting these so you can see what they look like originally. And if you can see that rough bit there, that's where the paint's just coming off. And I'll tell you what I complained about, because when I've repainted it, it doesn't look too bad. But you can see there's a brace, a separate brace here. And when this was attached, the arms of the axle just moved ever so slightly, because that brace is what holds them together. So that's what I complained about, the lack, that they are not the same ones I ordered, that they did have no grease in, and this pinion gear kept moving within the housing and locking the ring gear, and it needs shimming. Now I said to him, look, I didn't buy brand new axles to have to shim them before I can use them, so that's why I got the partial refund. They were really good about it, but it's like, it's something you shouldn't have to be doing. I mean, I know I don't mind shimming them myself if I've only paid like £35 for them. Plus I wanted to paint them anyway, so it's all worked out in the end. So now I've got a big tub of grease coming. I've got a new steering servo coming, because when I put these axles on that, there's only one servo and 2 trucks. Now this has got an on-chassis mounted servo setup, and I tried to recreate that with that, and if anybody's watched the video, it was sort of like all moving, and I thought it needs I haven't got the expertise to fix that. You need to have some engineering knowledge, and I don't really have much in the way of engineering knowledge, so I just thought it needs a servo and axle setup. So that's why the axle swap idea came to be. So I just went to update you all, guys. It's been a while since I did a video. I've picked up another couple of Hot Wheels. I'm increasing my, it could be a 1/64 Tamiya range. I bought this Matchbox moving parts. It's the older model year for the Subaru Brat, but at this scale, if I give it flat headlights and make it look like a Tamiya Brat, it's even got very similar wheels. I don't think I really need to do anything with it. I can just repaint it and leave it the hell alone. I bought myself a Ranger, Ford Ranger Raptor, and an old 911. And I like Hot Wheels, what can I say? So that's pretty much it. I've not really done, like I say, I've not actually done anything, because some of it's held up by waiting for parts to come, and the rest of it's been held up by me wanting to get this video done before I painted everything. So now I can crack on with painting this, stripping it and painting it now. I'm going to put this back together now and grease it up. I need to strip the anodizing off these and paint them black. I need some primer. Damn it, I can't finish it just yet. Anyway, thanks for watching, peeps, and more soon. I can't wait to get these wheels on this Land Rover. They look so good. Have some they're like, I'm going to say copies of the 2.2 XL sized, and they're good, but the side printing, it isn't as pronounced as this and as detailed as this. You've got right down to the little tyre sizes like you'd have on the real one. I'm contemplating stretching them over the 2.2s and see how they looked, but yeah. We'll see how they go on this, because I like this setup, but they're short course wheels and they don't offer much grip when it comes to crawling, really. The wheel arch has always been a problem on this truck. The front one is the right size. The back one is way too long. So I plan on shortening it so that it's roughly the same size as the front. So if you look at a real Land Rover Defender, the arches are roughly the same size front and back. They're slightly different shape, but they are roughly the same size. So I'm going to do that mod so that the wheels don't look like pram wheels in a huge wheel arch, because that is just way too big and it makes every wheel on the back look tiny. Every wheel on the front looks good, every wheel on the back doesn't. So it's a mod that needs to be done. I'm also going to make a proper bumper. Defenders don't have a bumper on the back, they have just a flat plate where the toe hitch and some little holes and that in there. I don't know what they're for. Anybody who actually owns a Land Rover will probably be able to tell me. So that's the next mod. And it's all just electronics on this one then. It's actually working at the moment. I just need to swap over to the new Dumbo 10 channel remote so I can get more lights working. Anyway, 16 minutes. Thanks for watching, guys. Next time you see this, I'll have done some stuff because I just haven't got space. You try to do stuff and by the time you moved everything out of the way, there's no time to do it. Anyway, so cheers, guys. Rate, subscribe, keep watching.